Detroit's like, if we win, you get 5 free wins.
Like, bro, that could feed a homeless man.
For real.
And Detroit, the Pistons are just like cock blocking homeless people, bro. What's going on in Detroit, man? They're not trying to feed their mans, bro. No wonder that place is a fucking
Bro,
shit.
there's Hunger Games out there for real.
Yeah, it is. I feel bad for those guys. Imagine the kids starving, like, I just need one win, Detroit, so I can eat.
And then Monty Williams like, fuck them kids, you know?
Fuck that, dude. We're playing fucking Killian Hayes the whole game. Sorry, bro. Ivy, take a backseat, buddy.
Right?
You're not getting no minutes, Ivy. Killian, you are running the tank show, bro. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Quarter Kings. Here with your host, Austin Chang, and with me every other week, Ryan Yu. What's up, man?
Good, bro.
Got the dap of this time around?
For real. Just finished an exam.
I know. I heard. What was up with the exam? You were stressing out about
Bro,
it.
it's an oral practical, so I'm talking and I'm doing at the same time. But I think it went well.
That's a multitasking thing going on.
For real, I'm a guy. I can't multitask.
And you said you did well on it, right?
I think I did well on it though.
I mean, it's that you told me it was like a pass or test or a pass or fail kind of thing.
Well, it's kind of like if you don't know what you're doing, you gotta like BS your way through it, and hopefully you get like
you can
marks.
BS through that.
Well, I BS'd it through it and got like a 63 at one point. So like.
And that's like a decent mark, right? In that class.
It's
I mean, you said like 79 is like peak. So
yeah, 79, 80 is like
63
peak.
is like I guess in the middle.
Yeah, but yeah, we finished that and 2 more exams left.
Two more for Ryan Yu before he makes $1 billion.
Not there yet, but
Million.
million, yeah.
Same joke. Use it again for next week. Same joke.
You've been good so far?
Yeah, I've been good. Just helping out around the house. So obviously some things going on, but also we got scammed by our building. I'm not gonna go too much into it, but like, damn, we just got scammed from the building. So it's all good. It's all good.
It's all good. You sure?
It's a basketball podcast, not a taxes fucking bullshit.
You've
Podcast.
also watched the last 2 games in Vegas.
On the NBA podcast, I mean, we have to watch it. We have no choice but to. I did not watch the Lakers Pelicans game because I don't know.
You just didn't want to watch it?
Didn't really want to watch it. But I did watch the Pacers and the Milwaukee game, and that was quite a game, I gotta say.
Tyrese Halliburton, he's him.
I was sleeping, man. Ryan was right. Really, really right about that.
We'll see. We still got a lot of basketball left, but
I mean, as a player and even as a teammate, I can confidently say that I was wrong about that. I mean, the Pacers look amazing.
Tyrese Halliburton is right now, I think you said this earlier, the best point guard in the NBA right now.
Right now, yeah. Right now. Like, right now. Because any other night, probably Curry, if I have to be honest.
Like, December 9th, 2023.
At, like, 8:40 p.m., it's him right now.
It's him right now, for sure.
It is. Because he has been actually cooking up, like, the last 2 weeks. Like,
crazy.
And in these games, especially where it's high stakes, like, this is where you need to step up. And
$500,000 on the line.
It's big money for these guys. D'Lo said he's going to go on 2 vacations with that money. You know what I'm saying? Like, that money would probably pay off the rest of my life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we're normal folks. Six figs is crazy.
It is great. But for them, it's
paycheck.
But for the guys at the end of the bench, that's big money.
No, I think that's what the tournament's for, to be honest. I think this in-season tournament is meant to help out the younger guys who don't get paid that much.
I mean, you've never seen the bench for some of these players go even crazier. Like, you've seen guys that have never gotten up in their life just screaming for like a dunk because they want that money.
They want that cash. And it's Vegas. Like, who doesn't want to go to Vegas, right?
True. I guess Giannis did not want to because Giannis looked very, very out of it in Vegas. Even in the game, he looked out of it.
So. Jokic was happy he didn't have to go.
Yeah, I mean...
He's going back to Serbia for his heart.
Yeah, he's going back to Serbia. It seems like he's been selling recently too, but it's not in-season tournament.
Right now, it's LA and Indiana.
Tonight, actually.
I'm trying to watch the game, but...
Yeah, there's actually a TV right behind us, and we literally cannot watch it there. So
we'll have to stream the game right after the podcast, but...
Right after, yeah.
See what last... I mean, it's probably like the fourth quarter by the time we hop on, man. That's probably the most important.
Yeah, I'm probably guessing it's going to be a low-scoring game, like lower scoring. Like, I think it's going to end in close to 100.
Predictions.
Prediction.
All right. Final score.
Final score, 105-99 Indiana.
Got Indy winning.
Of course I got Indy winning. I don't want the Lakers to win. I mean, no bias, but like, come on, man.
I must say 110, 107. LA. Yeah.
So how are you gonna root for Indy and be a fake fan like that?
I want Indy to win. They're the underdogs in this, though.
They are, but I personally think that they're on more of a roll right now. I think that the momentum that they have right now, it's the Lakers are more of.
Well, they just blew out the Pelicans on.
Yeah, but it's like seen it, done it. You know, they're supposed to beat these teams. The Pacers are just battling. That's the difference, I feel like, and they're gonna go into this game like firing on all cylinders. I'm guessing.
Hopefully, the refs just don't rig it.
That's probably gonna happen.
Yeah.
Probably gonna happen anyways.
It'd be nice to see Indy win it. That's about it.
I mean, for sure. I mean, Halliburton to win his first trophy. I mean, that'd be great.
Are they wearing their city jerseys for this game?
I don't know.
Because they didn't wear it for the Vegas game on Thursday, and I was kind of sad to not see it.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, the Vegas game, it makes sense because I guess they just want to wear their normal colors for fans that live in Vegas that don't have a team. But maybe they should, because I know you like that Indy jersey.
I love the Indy jersey. It's one of my favorite ones.
And what's the Lakers one? They have...
It's the ugly ass.
Oh, it's the black with the letters going down?
Yeah, it's so ugly. Thank God they're not wearing that one now.
But maybe they are.
If they do, they deserve to lose.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, regardless of what they wear, they deserve to lose. I don't care.
All right.
No bias. No, I'm playing. Lakers are a good team.
Lakers are a good team, and then Pelicans got blown out on Thursday, but they were having a solid roll too.
Yeah. CJ just came back. It was like unfortunate timing.
Pneumothorax, and I don't think he played terrible, but you know.
No, he kind of just did nothing. Like, it's kind of pretty bad. I'll be honest. It was pretty bad.
He was just running up and down the court.
Yeah,
empty calories.
Just like wasting position. I don't know. It didn't have a purpose out there.
Lots of cardio.
Yeah, lots of cardio. But Ingram did his thing. Zion
was looking big out there.
I saw the one picture, but other than that, that's just how he looks, in my opinion. Like, he's just a fat ass.
Have you seen him, the recent tweet or something? How he's not taking his health seriously?
Yeah, I seen that. Funny how it got leaked after the game. After they lose by like 40. Then you posted. They got some propaganda against Zion.
For
I
real.
think so.
You think he'll leave? Or, like, within just the next 2 years?
I think so. I think he's just, like, he doesn't even care about basketball. That's what it feels like.
Got that paycheck and he's out.
I mean, he got to deal with like 5 baby mamas, man.
Oh, that's true.
He got some problems out there, man. Like, New Orleans is the least of his problems.
Oh, that's tough, man. Where would you predict him to go, though?
I don't know. Like, I don't know why, but I see him in like a Charlotte uniform.
That low, huh?
I can see like I think, you know, like Charlotte's kind of. I don't want to say anything about Charlotte, but the people that be going there are pretty bad people, you know what I'm saying? Like, they get into a lot of trouble. So I think Zion will fit right in with the culture. Like, get Hayward out of there. Like, Hayward is more of like a, I don't know, like a game. He's a gamer, man. He's not like a, you know, doing drugs.
Like Brooklyn, what? He could fit the Brooklyn culture. New York, maybe.
Yeah, I would say Boston, but like he was there.
He was
already there. So he's more of like I don't know. Utah.
Good,
I was just say Utah.
Utah, yeah. Go back there.
Yeah, but Zion's Charlotte.
I see Zion in Portland.
Portland. Do they need any more lazy guys that don't play defense? I mean, like, they have Ayton already. So, like, you really want to double up on useless guys that don't do anything?
But they're in no direction right now. Or send them to Detroit. Maybe they can get one win. Maybe. They can get one win.
A win would be great for Detroit. Maybe Zion can help them, bro.
You see that other tweet? It's like, get 5 wings.
Yeah, for free.
Oh,
if they win a game. Like, if they win a game, they get free wings, bro. That's how bad it's gone. Usually it's like missed 2 free throws.
Or if they like score 100.
Score 100. That's the Raptors won.
I think the Raptors like 12 threes or something.
Yeah, they get fries.
And then free tacos in LA or something.
Yeah, I think, and then it's like Chick-fil-A for other ones.
Nah, but like Detroit's like, if we win, you get 5 free wins.
Like, bro, that could feed a homeless man.
For real.
And Detroit, the Pistons were just like cockblocking homeless people, bro. What's going on in Detroit, man? They're not trying to feed their mans, bro. No wonder that place is a fucking shit.
Bro, there's Hunger Games out there for real.
Yeah, it is. I feel bad for those guys. Imagine the kids starving. Like, I just need 1 win, Detroit, so I can eat.
And then Monty Williams like, fuck them kids, you know?
Fuck that, dude. We're playing fucking Killian Hayes the whole game. Sorry, bro. Ivy, take a backseat, buddy.
Right?
You're not getting no minutes, Ivy. Killian, you are running the tank show, bro. Did they have their pick? They do, right? Have to.
If they don't, that's even worse.
That's a shame, yeah.
That's
reverse
tough.
Houston at that point.
But enough about that.
Enough shitting on other teams.
Yeah, let's talk about some what if scenarios instead.
Yeah, but players. Wow, this whole podcast we're just like going through failure, man. Like,
I know.
Now we're about to talk about these players.
Let's talk about what could have been.
So you want to explain the topic too?
Yeah. So lately, I'll explain why we're doing this.
Okay.
My friend Isabel, she sent me a TikTok of thingamajig from Masked Singer singing rainbows. And if y'all know who was under the mask, it was former Indiana All-Star Victor Oladipo. And what could have been? What could have been?
He could have been American Idol. What could have not playing? He could have been one of the best Pacers in history, probably.
One of the better players in this modern era, I think.
For like an underrated shooting guard,
exactly. And he was all defensive first team that same year too, back-to-back All-Star.
All NBA.
Took LeBron to Game 7 against the Cavs that year. It was crazy.
Yeah.
But then that quad had to give out. So today we'll be talking about the what ifs and what type of careers could have transpired if injuries had not happened.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a dire topic, but I think it's good to see what could have happened. Ooh, I like the lighting.
I had to turn up. I didn't see much difference on the video.
Fair enough. But yeah, do you want to give us start us off with this one?
You want me to start it off?
Yes,
so you're gonna explain the whole topic and not start it off. Ryan, what's going on as a host here? But of course, we'll start it off.
Let's start it off.
First player I got, so I went more of like a route where like players that would have been good as like I don't know, they would have been older, like it's not modern players. So I started with Kemba Walker. He's someone that he was going crazy in Charlotte. He was like their top dog, kind of like their tank commander. And there's a lot of guys like that in the league, I feel like. And he went through a couple knee injuries that I feel like derailed his career. And when he got to Boston, at that point he just wasn't the same player. I felt like.
I thought he was still pretty solid in his
He was solid. But I think you could tell that he kind of slowed down.
Slowed a step down
already.
Yeah. And then I think it kind of went downhill from the bubble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, at this point, it's tough because his left knee has required 3 different surgeries, and it's gone to a point where he's playing Eurobasket right now, and he can't even scratch like 20 minutes because the injury. Like,
no,
it's gone
sucks.
bad.
Yeah.
It's gone bad. So that's probably the first guy that, if he was playing right now, I could believe that he could be like, kind of like a Reggie Jackson. At this point, like. He would be like mid-30s at this point, so he could be a serviceable backup, maybe.
Okay, so let's say no injuries happened. I think the injuries started coming in when he went to Boston.
Yeah.
No injuries happened. He stayed consistent, very relevant. Would he have stayed in Boston and kept playing his career there or elsewhere at what level type of player?
I don't think he would be on Boston because Boston loves change. I mean, they're not afraid of training their guys.
They love training their point guards.
Yeah, the point guards for sure. They've ran through point guards like crazy. I mean,
bro, Derek White's next on the trading block. Like,
Brogdon's already gone. Like that was the most recent one, and then Smart
was gone too.
I mean, bro, before that, IT and Avery Bradley was gone. But yeah, if Kemba, I think he was gonna leave. I mean, he would probably be on like a contending team. Off the bench, he could average like 11.
Because he went to New York after, and then Dallas for like 10 days.
I could see like 11, 12 points. Like a lot of these teams, I feel like that are contending. Like I don't see him going to a bad team at this point of his career. Like if he was old, and if he's on a good team, all these good teams have good point guards. Yeah. So he would have to just settle for like a backup role.
You think he couldn't play like a shooting guard role?
Nah, too small.
Too small.
In this NBA, probably too small. Not great enough defensively to compete. But he would still be serviceable at least. Like he would still be someone that you could play.
Yeah.
But just not at the same level.
Any teams in particular you think could use a talent like him?
I mean, a contending team that needs a point guard. Like a lot of these teams that are contenders don't really need a guard. Like the Clippers got their guy. The Lakers have Reeves, D'Lo, maybe the Lakers. I don't know. I mean,
it sounds like everyone likes to go to LA.
Yeah, right. And they're always cycling through guards. And I mean, their most recent signing is kind of flaming out and Gabe Vincent. So who knows? Maybe the Lakers could have used him.
Miami might have used him.
Yeah, Miami. That's true. You know, Larry is kind of going nuts.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think, I mean, no matter what team he goes on, like, he would still be able to carve at least an okay role on that team if he was healthy, in my opinion.
I'd say if I were to predict, like, a stat line for Kemba, if he were still healthy and playing at this level, probably would have hit the decline about, like, maybe a year ago.
Okay, yeah.
Went from, like, he was averaging, 20-something points, 23, 24 points.
In Boston, it was more like 17, right? Wasn't it?
I think it was, 20 in his first year and just went down to, 18 and 17.
Oh, okay.
He probably went down to maybe, let's say, 14 points a game now.
Ooh, that's still pretty high, though.
For a bench player, too, right?
I don't know if he'll reach that.
But 14 points, especially when you have like so many other like wings that can score and defend everywhere. He's not a good defender either way. So
It's pretty bad. I feel like I don't know. I think it's closer to 12. Like
okay,
it would at least at 10 though. We can agree on that.
okay, yeah, at least double digits.
Yeah.
And he wouldn't have slowed down because the injuries wouldn't have stopped it.
Well, he would get older.
Yes.
And I think small guards they kind of get it rough. Like guys like George Hill, Jeff Teague. I could say like these are two guards that even Corey Joseph kind of like they just kind of slow down quicker than you would expect.
Well,
for,
they weren't particularly like amazing offensively either. But like looking at your Chris Pauls, looking at your Trae Youngs, like these guys. I know Trae Young isn't that old.
Yeah.
They're still undersized and they're still playing like phenomenal offense. And I think Kemba's just like cardiac Kemba, right? Like he just went off on the offensive end. I think that could have worked out for him in just like a Lou Will type of,
yeah.
A Lou Will type
Will. I don't know about Lou Will. I don't know. I guess it's hard to say. Obviously, like it's a what if scenario.
Yeah.
But I think with the older guards that are smaller, the first thing that hits them, unless they're like pure scorers like Jamal Crawford, it's the points that get the hit first.
Yeah.
I feel like.
Yeah.
And
because they're slower, they can't get that step anymore.
Yeah, I think he's closer to Chris Paul than to Lou Will.
Yeah.
So I would probably say
he's a better scorer though
than Chris Paul.
I think so. He can shoot the three much more consistently.
Yeah, I don't know. It's tough. It's tough to say.
I'm gonna say, let's say 14 points for me, 4 assists, and a rebound.
That's like starting point guard stats.
Well, like he was still an all-star until like 3 years ago. So
it was, but the thing that was tough is we are going on a Kemba Walker tangent. We're yapping right now, but we just have to get through this. Like Kemba was when he got to Boston, he was still touted as the main guy, but that was still when Jason and Jalen were still relatively young.
And they were developing and everything.
That next year, they actually took a big leap. Like, they took a big leap. I don't think Kemba would be able to kind of...
Well, he sacrificed like 3-4 points. It wasn't that bad of a drop-off.
Yeah, but at that point, wouldn't you rather play through those guys? Because they were playing through Kemba a lot in Boston. I still feel like they would probably still run stuff through Tatum and Brown more. Like, I don't know.
I'm sticking to my stats.
I'll do okay. If you're gonna say 14-4, I'm probably gonna go 11-3. Like 11-3-2 is like what I can see.
More rebounds than I did.
Yeah, I can see the rebounds going up, man. Maybe Kemba's gonna get grittier in Boston. Who knows, man? He's gonna get grittier in Boston.
Yeah, so I guess he'll either stay in Boston as a back point guard or just move on completely, heading to a contender.
Yeah, fair enough.
That's a what if.
About 50 minutes for Kemba Walker there. Let's go to our next name.
Let's move on. So for me, instead of talking about players that aren't in the league anymore, I'm discussing players that are currently still in the league, and unfortunately they haven't reached that. They're no longer that peak that we expected or they once were because of injuries.
All right.
And we started the podcast talking about Victor Oladipo. I might as well just talk about Victor Oladipo.
The Masked Singer himself.
For real. Currently on the Houston Rockets, but not playing at all. Unfortunate, and it was all because of the quadriceps tendon.
Yeah, that one injury just derailed everything.
For real. And he was such a good, amazing player in Indiana.
He was so easy to like. Also, that's the thing. Like as a person as well, the impact he had at Indiana was great. And
He went to school in Indiana.
Really?
Yeah.
That hurts to see for Indiana fans.
I know.
They really did love him there too.
I loved him there.
Yeah, you're an Indiana fan. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, but Oladipo. Wait, let me pull up the career averages so you can.
You don't have it on locks, Ryan. Wow, man.
16.9 points a game, 3.9 assists, 1.6 steals.
That was his final year in Indiana.
This is his current career average.
Oh, current career average.
Yeah.
You gotta point out the Indiana day. Like.
Oh, those were like, I think 21 to 24 points a game.
I think around 24. Yeah.
5 assists, I think, and maybe like 1 to 2 steals probably.
All-star numbers.
Yeah.
And he was still young. He was like around 28 in his prime.
Bro, he was like 27, 26, I think. 26, 27.
He was in his prime, and he got
crazy.
derailed. That's the worst one, I feel like. When they're literally about to hit their prime, and they're insane.
Because he won most improved the year became first-time All-Star, and he was on that trajectory to get even better, but then he had to get injured in his second All-Star year, so.
And nothing was the same after that. Went to Miami and got another injury. What was that injury?
It's the same one.
Same one.
Same one. Yeah. I mean, like, low-key, he did fumble a bag when Houston offered to give him the max.
Yeah, but who wants to play in Houston, man? Like, I don't blame him, man.
He's back in Houston now.
Is he?
Yeah. He
Is
got
he
traded
on...
from OKC back to Houston.
I thought he got waived.
He's on the roster.
I have not seen him. I have
Yeah,
not
he's
seen
injured.
him.
He can't play, right?
I haven't even seen him. I haven't even, like, period. Like, I've seen him. You mentioned the Masked Singer. That's probably
Yeah.
the last time I would have seen him.
No, it sucks, man, because he went from Orlando to OKC, then Indy, where breakout, then injury, then Houston, Miami, and he got traded around a bit more, and now back in Houston.
Wow. Yeah. That move to OKC and then getting waived, I guess he signed to Houston.
I think it's he got traded to OKC, and they flipped him back to Houston.
They flipped him.
Yeah.
That's tough. He has gone through, like
He's gone through the trenches.
the most scenarios for an NBA player, I think. Like, what pick was he? Was he
Second pick.
Second pick in the draft?
Yeah, 2014. Really? Yeah, 2013 or 2014 draft. Yeah.
Second overall pick, Oladipo. Wow, was he actually?
Yeah.
But yeah, he's been through like the young, promising guard kind of plays. Like super exciting player. Then gets traded and breaks out like he's here.
All-star.
And he's supposed to like stay like this for the next like 5-6 years, be like one of the best Pacers of all time. And then the injury just hits, man.
Mm-hmm.
And some guys are just not able to recover, and his body just didn't let him do it.
Everything else is healthy. It's just that right quad was killing him, and
Yeah.
you can only do so much.
You can only do so much.
If he didn't get injured, where would he be? What's his stat?
I think he's still in Indiana.
I think he's still in Indiana.
And I think he's probably averaging closer to the same numbers, if I had to say so.
I think he keeps getting better.
Yeah, I think he's just gonna hover around that 20 to 25.
I'm saying 24 points, maybe 5 assists, and 4 rebounds. This guy was explosive.
Yeah.
He could jump, bro.
And how old would he be right now? Like around
31, 32 -ish.
Yeah, that's what I would guess too. Like he would still be in his prime theoretically. So,
Imagine Tyrese and Vic.
man, that would be a crazy backcourt. Because Tyrese, his biggest weakness is defense,
Yeah.
and Oladipo can just be like the Klay Thompson to Tyrese's Curry. You know, it would have worked out so perfectly.
So beautiful.
With Hield at the 3 or Oladipo at the 3, then you have Turner at the 5, and I mean who's at the 4? What's his name? Aaron Nesmith.
Or yeah,
I mean Toppin, like yeah, but
Toppin starts at the 4.
Nesmith is like I think he's like solid closer. I mean if he learns to foul less, that's good, but he's a solid 4, which crazy.
Yeah.
Nesmith came into the league as a 2 as a pure shooter. That was his thing in Boston.
Yeah, and look at him now.
He is not that good of a shooter, but he is a defensive menace, and he plays the 4 in Indiana.
I think because they're going a little more smaller now, which
They are, but it's surprising to see Nesmith go from like a pure shooting guard just as a shooter. That's what his job was, and now he's the complete opposite. He's a 4 and he's like a
lockdown
defensive
defender.
gritty player. Yeah. So I mean that's good for Nesmith. He
Yeah.
found a role, and he works really hard. So I'm proud of him there.
Pacers ceiling would probably hit in like conference finals.
Yeah, I think their ceiling would definitely be finals if they had Oladipo and Tyrese. I think so.
Crazy.
Which I'm such like a dickhead. Like I'm a hypocrite because I already said they're gonna miss the playoffs. But
Hey man, I believe in the multiverse theory. I know there's a universe where they're still playing where they're still at their prime.
Agreed. I like that. Aura. Going with the aura, dude.
Yep.
My next name. So this is a guy that was on the 2019 championship Raptors team, and I think he moved to Milwaukee after that, and it just all fell apart there. Which the running was on leaves for Serge Ibaka, who's my next name. He was actually very solid throughout his career, but I think he probably could have more longevity if it wasn't for I think it was his back injury.
Yep.
His back was killing him throughout at least like his last year in Orlando, and then the year in Toronto, and after that the back just got worse and worse, and he just kind of fell off. He's in Eurobasket right now playing, but I just think that Ibaka could easily have like a Bobby Portis role even for a team.
Yeah, for Ibaka, start off his career in OKC, was part of that young, up and coming Thunder squad.
They paid him over Harden.
Which
not a bad move because at the time like you have Westbrook,
sense.
yeah.
You wanted your big defensive anchor, like you had your number 1 and 2 option. I think, although it's not a popular opinion. I think they made the right decision at that time.
I agree. Yeah, if you're in that room, like that's the decision you have to make.
Because why are you paying 3 like similar style players?
Yeah,
As opposed to like a defensive anchor, right?
and it almost worked.
Exactly.
They should have probably won that series 3-1 against Golden State in 2016.
But things happen.
Things happen. Yeah.
But and then they traded him to Orlando, and then Toronto. Amazing there, and then the Clippers.
Oh yeah, went to the Clippers.
Milwaukee, and then he went to Indiana for a bit and got waived. So that was the end for him.
But the end could have been pushed at least a few years back, in my opinion. Like, his back was really killing him, but he was still able to get up at like
he had
31.
His best scoring season in Toronto.
Not in Orlando.
Well, he got traded like.
Well, he's averaging like 21 in Orlando.
21, and then he got traded to Toronto and got like what, 14, 13 points a game.
Which I'm gonna blame him. Like, we have Kawhi on the roster. He's not.
Well, at the time we had DeRozan and Lowry, so like I'm not even.
When he got there.
When he got to Toronto, yeah.
Interesting.
I remember it because it was like grade 9 and grade 10.
I'm a fake Raptor fan.
It's obvious. Don't worry.
Obviously.
But yeah, like Serge, I think if he were, because I think he wanted to stay in Toronto at one point too.
Yeah.
I think he would have kept going with kept playing with Toronto until maybe like 2 years ago.
I think there was at least 3 years left on him. In my opinion,
no,
when I was watching.
I completely agree with that. Like, he was great for us. I loved Serge, especially when he did the whole cooking show.
Yeah, what was it?
Mafuzi Chef.
How hungry are you? How hungry are you?
And then he went to LA, which that's kind of where the decline started.
Yeah, it really and ramped up pretty fast. The decline.
Yeah. And then he went to Milwaukee for a bit. Like, he had a decent role there. Didn't play like 10 minutes a game there.
Yeah.
And then just faded away.
I mean, at this point, he probably, I think he would start, like, he would have been declining already. But a year ago, I could see him averaging like 11 and 5 at least.
11 and 5 is a little generous, I think.
I mean, if you're a team like, let's say the Clippers, I could probably see it.
I'm gonna see. I think Clippers like 9 and 6 because they still have Zubats. They have Tice now. Plumlee's still on the roster. Yeah. I can see him as a Clipper actually.
Yeah, I think it could work out for sure. I mean, they traded a lot of their forwards, anyways. They traded Batum, Covington, and Morris. So there's
also
at least opportunity.
Phoenix is also looking kind of thin. So maybe he would have joined forces with KD.
I mean, Phoenix also thin. Like they just have injuries. For no reason, they have injuries. So
I did say if it weren't for the back, I think Ibaka would have been still a very good bench player.
Yeah,
one of your top 3 options off the bench.
Obviously, he's not a star like the names that we said before, but he's still someone that I want to mention because I could still see a future for someone like him, like a 3-and-D 4.
I mean, how's he doing now?
He's okay. I mean, I saw a clip of him going crazy in Eurobasket. Like, I saw him dunk the ball, so he should be dunk the ball is good stuff for Ibaka there.
Hey man, I'm just saying, you still got after the All-Star break, you gotta sign free agents to fill out your roster.
Oh yeah, that's true. OKC might need a backup 4 or backup 5. They never know.
Yo, that'd be crazy. Like, back to his roots.
Yeah, I could see because who's their backup 5 right now? I can't even name the guy. They gave up JRE, so who is it?
Is it Poku?
No way. No, isn't it? It's not Muscala, is it?
It might be Muscala actually.
Is he still on the?
Or is it Bertans?
He
doesn't even play like that. He's just on the perimeter.
He just shoots. I mean, he's firing away in OKC still shooting.
Yeah.
But they need a backup 5 maybe. So.
Ibaka might just have to.
I could.
Pick that number 9 back up, you know.
He might have to, man. It's him or Dwight, you know.
But I like that pick. Like, I didn't consider it, but I do like having.
You gotta show respect to Mafuzi Chef.
You know? For real. Moving on. Let's start with your favorite player.
No way, man.
I think Ben Simmons, although he doesn't shoot the 3,
man.
I think if it weren't for that disc herniation, those back issues.
Back issues, you know, let's be honest.
I mean, he underwent surgery, so.
He did, but part of it also could be him. But anyways, same thing anyways.
I think right now his career averages are 14.6 points, 7.5 assists, 1.6 steals.
With the rebounds, man.
Oh shit, I forgot about the rebounds, but I'm assuming like
around
7 to 8 rebounds. Right. Makes sense, right? I think. Would he stay in Philly? That's the question. Would he have stayed there?
Yeah, I would think so.
Because he still passed up that shot.
If he didn't pass up that shot, which that really was like the domino that fell.
Yeah.
If he didn't pass up that shot, he'd still be in Philly. I think so. If they made conference finals that year and got to like 6 games, they would still be on the same
Okay.
team,
Okay.
and he would still be averaging.
Because
Like,
he wasn't. He's not a big points guy.
yeah, that's really the thing. But like at the same time, he needs to be a points guy because the build he has, I feel bad because I'm his number one fan at this
Yeah.
point. Except for the guy that has him tattooed on him, he's probably number one. I'm probably number two fan. He was built like the most unfair player of all time.
Yeah.
6'11". He was the fastest player in the league,
Yeah.
which is crazy. The best defender in the league, in my opinion. He could defend 1 through 5.
No, I'm not a big Simmons fan, but I agree. He was one of the best defenders.
Yeah, like easily a DPOY conversation there.
He probably got robbed one year. Like,
Yeah, I think it was the
Gobert.
year where Gobert won.
Yeah.
I think he probably should have won. But I don't know. Like in his peak, he could be averaging like 25, 8, and 8.
Low key, I think 24 is not unthinkable.
For Simmons, in his prime, yeah, that's what you would. That's what
Well, he
his
didn't even
trajectory
reach
was.
he didn't even reach his prime yet.
I know.
And then look at him now, like 10 points, barely 10 points a game.
Not even 10. Yeah, like not even. No, it's not even about the points. It's like not even
Not
three
even-
shots a game.
Yeah, and then I'm also looking at his other numbers. Like his assists should be fine. Like,
His assist and rebounds still look relatively normal.
but like he's not.
Aggressive. He's not the same player.
He's not.
It's
he's not-
obvious.
Yeah, it's sad to see. Right.
It breaks my heart, man. It really breaks my heart.
I'm gonna say my stat line still in Philly. Made 2-3 conference finals by now. 24 points a game.
Okay.
Hey man, if you can score 6 points a game just by driving to the rim, and his field goal percentage wasn't even bad.
Yeah.
At the rim at least. Not
Because he was just dunked the whole time.
not the mid range or the 3, but if you scored 6 a quarter, that's like 24 a game. And then you assists like maybe 12 assists
Wow.
and 9 rebounds.
That is like the best player ever. I think you're being pretty generous on Simmons. In my opinion, I think it's more of a like a 20, 27 and 7. Like I could see that at his peak.
27 and 7.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I just feel like, I mean, would he really have had that much usage? Because they probably have to keep Butler. If Simmons is still playing that well,
I mean, maybe.
I don't know. But
Maybe.
in his peak, I mean, because obviously I was watching Simmons more closely than I guess other people are.
Yeah.
Because like I could see the tendencies before other people probably did.
Mhm.
He was kind of a lazy player at times. So I don't know if he had that much drive to get to 24 like Oladipo would have.
I mean, you said 27, so.
27-1.
Oh, my fault. I thought you said 27 points a game.
Oh,
No, my fault.
I said 20. 27 and 7.
Okay, I thought you said 27 and 7. I was
Oh
like,
my
that's
God.
crazy.
He's like, I said you were generous. I'm
Yeah.
going like this is the best player of all time.
yeah,
No, I
was
said
like, yo, what?
20 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists.
Okay.
That's what I
Got
would
it.
have
Okay.
went with there.
I think those assists will go crazy because like he's what 6'10", 6'11".
Yeah,
Sending it to Embiid for an assist, that's the cheat code.
it is. I guess that's like 5 assists period. Like all of Maxi's assists are probably
And you
that.
still have Tyrese on down there. You
Oh
have
my.
Tobias Harris down there, bro. That's an easy pass.
Imagine
11
that.
assists, easy.
I feel like that team was built so well. I mean, if you had
2019 Philly was
2019 was their best year for
Yeah,
sure.
it
But
was.
even past that, like Maxi, Simmons, Harris, and Embiid, with like anyone else on the wing that could shoot,
Danny
you are
Green.
good. Danny Green, even him, it would have worked. But I feel so bad for Philly, man. I was on the I'm still on the Ben Simmons bandwagon.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna come back. Just keep going, Austin. Just keep going. Just keep talking some bullshit. But
Still on Philly.
Simmons, he would have been great.
See, alternate universe, there is a Ben Simmons averaging
Somewhere out there.
27 and 7.
Somewhere out there, he's there. He is there. Maybe on 2K, he's there.
Yo, you could probably get him to do that.
I think I already have.
Yeah,
I have.
yeah.
I actually have.
I trust in you. Your turn.
But yeah, my next name, he was actually peaking, and then he just got one knee injury and just absolutely died from there. Blake Griffin is my next guy.
Oh yeah.
Everyone loves this guy, and even it's all started on the Clippers. Like that one year where I think it might have been like 2017, where both CP3 and Blake, because he had injuries before
Was
that.
it the year that DeAndre Jordan made the All-Star team?
I think that was
Or the
2016.
year before?
That was the year before.
Okay.
But 2017, I think, was the year where I think had their best team, and then CB3 and Blake Griffin both got injured. I think that was the injury that really killed
I-
Blake Griffin.
It might have been because 2018 was when Paul moved to Houston. Yeah.
Yeah, so it was 2017. And I don't know. Well, Blake, it's always been that knee because he was still really explosive after that first surgery he had.
And because he was still flying in Detroit.
Yeah, right. And Detroit, he had his best year probably, which is crazy.
23 points a game or something like that.
24, 10, and like 6, and he was shooting like 43% from 3. All NBA.
That was crazy.
That was MVP caliber, Blake Griffin.
The only sad thing was he was on the Pistons.
Yeah, but he still dragged him to an 8 seed, and he
Well,
got them a win too.
One win, I think.
Yeah.
Either that or they got swept. I don't know.
It doesn't really matter because they're gonna lose anyways.
Yeah.
But like Blake really showed that he's that guy.
He could have been a number one option. He showed he could be.
He was number one option. I mean,
in Detroit, yes.
In Detroit, and even in LA, obviously they had CP3, so he's never the number one option.
Mm-hmm.
Well, offensively, he's probably the number one option.
Probably. No, I like that.
Yeah.
A lot of these names are like really solid.
Yeah, they're ones that hit home. You know,
Hit home
Blake Griffin's the one that hits home.
Because 2009, like, or 2010 Rookie of the Year or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or 2011. I don't know.
Did he win Rookie of the Year?
Yeah, he did. Because he got injured in his first year.
That's bullshit, man. He played a game technically. Why did he win Rookie of the Year next year? It's not like a Simmons where he did not play. Guys, he didn't play that season, so obviously he's still eligible. Yeah. But anyways, I'm not get into that. Anyways, Blake Griffin, he got that last knee injury in Detroit because he was really killing his body, and especially for the playoffs. He was already injured before the playoffs started that year. He played through it, and what happens after that? His knee gave out, never the same. Mm-hmm. Went to Brooklyn, went to Boston, and just couldn't replicate that same ferocity.
When he did get the chance to play last year with Boston, he was productive in those minutes.
Yeah, he was all right. It's just he can't play that much.
It's like what, barely 5-6
barely,
minutes a
yeah,
game.
Exactly. He was productive, but the knee's just not there. And that's the one that probably the best name I had for someone that would still be good today. Because I think right now, he could be I keep saying this guy's name. Bobby Portis is like the offensive forward that comes off the bench. He could be that guy.
Maybe.
Because he was a good playmaker. That was the real underrated thing.
So is he still in LA for you, or is he in Detroit still now?
Definitely not in LA because he's already gone by then, and he's probably off of Detroit too. I think he's just on a random contender, averaging like right now probably like 10 points. Like if I'm being honest,
so serviceable but not.
Just off the bench for a spurt. You like a Jeff Green. Like I could see him being like that role for
Denver.
Houston.
I can see that in Denver.
Oh yeah, Denver. Fill the shoes, yeah.
Because they need big bodies, right?
Yeah, they need. He could be like a backup 5. Like, I mean, he's not the greatest defensively, but like he's better than Zeke Naji.
Yeah.
So and Zeke Naji might be the worst player I've seen in the court this year, but it's all good.
I can see that, or Milwaukee, because I feel like he could be better than Robin Lopez still.
But don't they play Portis at backup 5 now? Or Giannis?
Oh, maybe. I'm not sure.
But if it's Lopez's backup, then yeah, for sure.
Hey man, if Jalen Smith isn't getting that many touches, Indiana might give him a call.
Jalen Smith is kind of cooking, man. And they have Isaiah Jackson, so
I forgot about Jackson, 22.
I'll chill with that. Those two are pretty solid.
That's fair. Okay. There's a few teams.
There's a few teams.
There's a few teams.
There are teams that do need a backup 5. They're pretty
Brooklyn.
obvious. Brooklyn, yeah.
Back to Brooklyn, number 2.
I mean, Simmons was their backup 5, and he's not even playing anymore, so it doesn't matter.
I like that though. Blake Griffin does hit hard because I think we kind of, not that we've started watching when he came up, but like when we started watching, he was one of the biggest names.
He was insane, yeah. Like, I mean, I remember when he signed with the Clippers. He re-signed. They had like a whole
like the jersey retirement.
Yeah, I'm like, what's going on? And then they re-signed him, and then a few days later, he gets flipped to Detroit. It was like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah. It's sad.
Might be the most random move for a star, like the last 5 years. Because, bro, what the fuck is he doing in Detroit? Like, that was the most random.
He went from LA, the bright city lights of LA, to fucking oil and grease in Detroit.
Fucking Motown. Like, what the hell?
What the hell happened?
Bro,
there?
He's like, his personality is like, he needs to be on LA, man. Like, what the fuck? That guy is.
It's an LA personality type of guy, right?
Yeah, like, it makes sense that, like.
Bro, he was dating Kim Kardashian. The moment he got traded, she dumped him. Like, it's tough.
That's why Jeremy Grant goes to Detroit. Jeremy Grant's a Detroit player, bro. Like, he's just built like a Detroit player. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that Kardashian curse just follows them everywhere. I swear.
Yeah.
I think it's a Kim. No, was it Kendall? Kendall Jenner? I think it was.
Might have been. I mean, everyone's dated that girl. I might have dated that girl. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, I can see that.
Shit, stop lying, boy.
My next one is a really tough one.
Oh no.
Lonzo Ball.
Oh man.
That meniscus killed him, bro.
I will stand on the hill of him being the best point guard that's not an all-star of all time.
I completely agree with that.
I do not care what anyone says.
I agree with that 100%. I've told this. I've said this probably like so many episodes, and I will say it again. If your team doesn't need a superstar point guard, you need Lonzo Ball.
That's what I'm saying.
This guy shoots. This guy defends. Like, this guy is everything you need in a point guard that is not like Steph Curry.
Yeah, he has no weaknesses in his game.
Yeah.
Literally no weaknesses.
The only one weakness, the knee.
The knee.
That meniscus is destroyed, man.
What they be feeding them ball boys, man? All of them be getting injured.
Bro, like LaMelo too.
LaMelo's injured right now as we speak,
That's
which
so
is crazy.
tough. Bro, free up D'Angelo. Like, maybe he won't.
Maybe he'll hop on the court and get an injury too. Then we can
God.
really prove this. Their diet is not working. I feel bad, man.
It's a whole theory, bro.
It is. Like, I don't know what they're feeding these kids, man.
It's tough out here. But Lonzo Ball, let me read out the career. I don't have the rebounds, clearly.
Clearly
But
not.
11.9 points, which I thought would be higher.
I mean, career averages.
Yeah. 6.2 assists, 1.6 steals, probably 3 to 4 rebounds, or 5 to 6 rebounds, to be honest.
Yeah. Listen, man. Every time I hear his name, I feel like when I'm older, I'm gonna be that old guy that just something triggers him when he hears, like, it's like PTSD. Like, when I hear Lonzo Ball, I just keep having to say this. That year in Chicago when he first got there, him, Caruso, DeRozan, Levine, Vucevic, that team was insane.
Nasty.
And Lonzo was the cog in the machine that made everything run.
There's a reason why they were the first seed for so long.
People see, even the fucking screen said so, man.
Right?
The screen was like, yup, you're stating facts, bro. Because this guy literally would do everything on the floor for the rest of the guys to have an easy game.
Yeah.
He is a good team defender. He's an amazing shooter, awesome playmaker. The one thing he didn't really do was attack the rim with ferocity. But guess what?
What do you need it? You have Levine
You
right
and
there.
DeRozan.
Vucevic was there. DeRozan was a hit mid-ranges.
Exactly. Like, that's not his job, man. And I remember watching. I'm like, bro, if I have a star that's not a point guard, and I don't need another all-star, I'm getting Lonzo.
I want Lonzo.
I would trade right now. Okay, I'm gonna try to put in perspective how much I value that Lonzo Ball. If I was to trade for that Lonzo Ball right now, I'm giving up. If I'm a Raptor, I'm giving OG Anunoby, and at least like 2 firsts for Lonzo, if I want to compete, or if I'm a contender right now, if I'm like the Lakers, I'll give up Reeves and I'll give up 2 firsts for that too.
He's worth 2 firsts.
He's worth 2 firsts and a young player.
He's worth 2 firsts, a starter, and a young player.
I'll trade Hero for him.
I would trade Hero
picks.
for him.
I mean, there's so much guys. I don't know who else would I trade for him. If I really had to, I would trade Miles Turner for him. Obviously, Indiana doesn't need him, but I would trade that caliber of player too.
Okay.
I really value that Lonzo Ball.
I think he just makes everything work around him.
Exactly.
It's beautiful basketball when he plays.
Yeah, he's like the I don't know. There are guards in the 2000s where their stats don't speak too much, but like their play really did.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Kirk Heinrich, Derek Fisher, like.
Yeah.
But he was also productive. That's the difference. I told you, man. I was gonna go on this tangent with Lonzo Ball, man. Fuck, man, that guy was so good.
If he wasn't injured, what's the stat line? And where is he?
He's still in Chicago. They're competing. I think he's averaging at least 14, 7, and 5 minimum with a steal and a half a game.
I'm gonna say 15, 8, and 5, with 2 steals.
I think yours sounds more realistic. Cause he was insane,
bro. This is first All NBA defensive, like first team defensive type of caliber player.
Yeah, he was probably the top 5 perimeter guards.
Yeah,
easily. Man, that one actually killed me when I heard that.
That one's it's a tough one. I'm just saying, Lonzo Ball, in another universe, he's racked up 2 DPOIs already.
Oh my god! In a league where guards never win that award, he would have been that guy.
Should have been.
That one hurts to hear. But yeah, let's go to our next name.
Let's go to your next name.
This might be my best name. I would probably say so. Chris Bosh.
The blood clots?
The blood clot, man. That blood clot was in his neck too, right?
I know there was chest, neck. I don't know if there was anywhere else, but those.
I think Ingram might have had one in his chest.
Ingram had the chest one.
I think Bosh had the neck one. But yeah, Bosh. Which is usually with these guys, they kind of fall off with the injuries. Bosh, it came out of nowhere.
Well, he's had blood clot injuries and like issues in the
Yeah,
past.
but it never affected him to
But
this
here's
point.
the thing with Bosh. He was still averaging like 22 a game for Miami, and then he had to retire.
Yeah, that last year, 2015-16, he was
He was
averaging.
an all-star.
Yeah, he was. He was an all-star 11 straight times before that.
Yeah.
He averaged, it was 19 and like 10 that final year in 2015-16. He was still putting up insane stats.
And then
He had to retire
he had
all
to
of a
retire
sudden.
all of a sudden. It's so sad.
Who knows? Like, Miami probably could. He might still be on the court. Who knows? Maybe
Udonis
not.
has him?
Maybe. I mean, if he's averaging 19 at like 31, 32 years old,
Yeah.
he could still probably reach, I don't know, like 7-7. Nah, like 7-5. Like
I'm gonna say like 4-2. Like if you were still playing today, 4-2 probably.
Well, I will say his game did age gracefully.
Oh my God! Like he was in Toronto for like a good 6-7 years.
Yeah.
And then yes, his stats took a dip, but he got 2 championships out of it.
His value was still insane.
His value was if anything, his value went even higher.
Yeah, I would say
because LeBron needed that third option.
You can see that he could fit in with the different teams.
And he even said himself, it was the hardest thing for him to do, but he did it so well.
Yeah.
Like, yes, the first year there were some learning curves, some struggles, but he got through it. And when LeBron left, he was the leader of that team. Like, Dwayne Wade and him, they were still consistently making the playoffs.
Yeah.
And then when D-Wade left, when it was just Bosh, it was just like, all right, I'm going to do this.
I'll still be the top dog.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
he was.
He was. It was him and, if I can remember,
Whiteside.
It was like
Whiteside, Josh Richardson was on that team. Dragic was still there.
Yeah.
I think like Wayne Ellington might have been there too.
Wayne Ellington for sure.
That would be a solid team.
Tyler Johnson was coming off the bench.
Tyler Johnson was there. I'm not sure who else was on that team.
It's not even a terrible team, to be honest. Justice Winslow was coming up.
He was there. Cole Aldridge might have been in the back of 5. I don't know. But
Udonis Haslem was there.
So that team was still solid for 2015-16, and for Bosh to lead that team to like 500 ball, I mean that's you don't gotta say more than that for him to be like
real.
At least like 3 years ago, he could still be averaging good numbers.
I think Chris Bosh, still in Miami.
Yeah.
Maybe he probably would have retired like maybe 2 seasons ago, but just because of like age.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna say at his peak or his career averages 23, 10, and 3.
As peak.
At his peak.
I don't know about that. I think he was still slowing down. I think he was slowing down a little bit there. But I could probably see like maybe at 2018, maybe 2019, I could see like 17 and like 7. I could see it probably that. With like 41% from 3. Like,
well, the thing is like he was still the number 1 option throughout that entire run.
I think
Like,
that
who else would have stepped up?
Okay. Obviously not, and no one will step up. But like that was like in my opinion like a Ibaka on Orlando kind of situation where like there's no one on the team that they could give the keys to except for Bosh. Like,
well, the difference between Ibaka and Bosh was that Bosh was actually competent on offense. Like he was like.
Is Ibaka not? I mean, he averaged like 20 points per game that year,
fair,
bro.
Fair.
Like,
but like Bosh is like a superstar on offense, right?
At that point, probably not. I would probably not say so. Like,
okay,
I'd probably not say so.
Okay,
but he's better than Ibaka.
Yeah, okay.
But 27 is like, man, 27 is nuts.
Did I say 27?
Yeah.
I thought I said 23, 24, but okay.
Oh, no.
Whatever.
Okay.
Maybe I did say 27.
Oh, yeah. Okay, if you said 23, then, yeah, I could see that. Like, if he had to be number 1 option, they told him, like, you're that guy. Go back to Toronto.
Do your thing.
Yeah, do it. He probably could do it, but...
He probably could have won another chip, actually. If someone else had come along. Because I said he would have retired 2 years ago.
2 years ago, you think he's averaging 20 and 23?
At his peak, yes, at that. But, like, he would have retired, like, maybe 2 years ago. And before that, he would have become, like, a serviceable, like, bench player. Or at least, like, a decent starter.
What would his peak be? 27? Because I think he was slowing down after 2016.
Okay, let's say if it weren't for the blood clots, and we're talking about, like, a peak stat line, like 2011, and 4.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I say so.
Right.
Well, Whiteside's like hogging all the rebounds, so I don't know about
Whiteside was like, he's like, yeah, your time's up, old man. Like, I'm taking the keys. And he did take the keys. Whiteside was insane.
For a bit.
I'm going to say this right now, man. Whiteside, I don't know what it is every time I watch him play, when it was on Sacramento or Portland
Or Utah.
or not Utah, not Utah, he was actually kind of bad. But man, this guy was good, especially on Portland. He impressed me so much. People always say that this guy's the worst decision maker. Like he's a dumb player, no IQ. I guess when I watched, I caught him at the best times because this guy was insane, man. Like I don't know, he said hard screens, rolled to the basket. He shot midi every time. Like I don't know what's going on. Like what was the issue with Whiteside, bro? Maybe I didn't see it, but jeez,
I think people were just hating on him.
Yeah, maybe because I don't know. Maybe because he said he wanted his rating up on 2K.
Maybe that's just it.
Maybe that was it. People thought he was a
unpopular
dumbass.
opinion, right?
Yeah.
All right. I like the Chris Bosh. I've been liking all the names so far.
Yeah, even your names have been like they hurt, man. Especially the last two. Like,
There's another one that I think he probably won't anymore, but like he's definitely still a serviceable guy.
that might be Lonzo even. I mean,
Gordon Hayward.
I was thinking about that. I didn't put him though.
That tibia and the ankle, like, bro, that first game in 2016-17, crazy.
That was like, that's like PT, like not PTSD. What is like? It gave people trauma.
It was traumatic.
It was like the first play. It was like one of the first plays.
That was it. It was like 4 seconds into the game or something.
He throws a oop over. It was D Wade. No, it wasn't D Wade. He was on Boston. It was someone on Boston.
Kyrie to.
Was it Kyrie?
Well,
it was
Kyrie
Hayward on the lob. Hayward was curling off, based on the right.
He goes up,
Jumps up
for the oop, and then I can still see it.
I know. I can still see him on the floor, just like.
And it's just damn
Sideways, bro. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah. I think if it weren't for that injury, he would have been much better.
For sure.
Well, to be fair, he still got the bag.
He did.
He still got paid, like in Boston and in Charlotte.
He's still getting paid. Yeah, like that's the crazy part.
But like that's because he was coming off his best season in Utah.
Yeah, that was like the All-Star year. That was a breakout year.
Yeah, and I was expecting him the trajectory to keep going up
because he did it in the playoffs too.
Yeah,
which is like that's all you need to see from someone like that.
Like look at Jalen Brunson. Like
yeah.
That's just proof that your peak doesn't start like in a season. It starts like whenever you get the opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
So Gordon Hayward, I think, it's just unfortunate to what happened to him.
Yeah, and at this point, he probably won't be on Boston still because obviously Brown and Tatum have to pay them. He probably still get moved. But no matter where he is, I think he's averaging at least like 23, 24.
I still think he goes to Charlotte.
You still think so?
I think he still goes to Charlotte because they offered him the best deal, even at an injury with that.
But this is without the injury. Who knows who would have offered him stuff? Like maybe like the Lakers would have offered him a big deal or like someone else. Like you think he would pick Charlotte if like fucking Milwaukee was calling?
That's a very good point.
But regardless, like wherever team he goes on, we know he's averaging big numbers.
Oh, so. I'm saying 20. Let's say 25, 4 and 4.
Yeah, I could see around
25, 4 and 4.
I'd be like 23, 6 and 5. Like that could be good numbers for him because he was a good rebounding forward.
Yeah,
in Utah, he was super athletic still. I mean, he had one dunk, which was the off one, 2 hands, grabbed the rim a little bit. That was his one dunk. But man, that guy was athletic though.
He was, and it's tough. It's tough. Actually, I think still Charlotte. I'm gonna still say Charlotte.
Okay.
It's just because like, not saying like there's not. Charlotte at the time didn't have a number 1 option.
That's true.
And if you wanted to pay someone, who's the best guy available to like get you 25 a night?
That's true. They were looking for a number 1 anyways.
Exactly. I'm gonna say he goes back. He still goes to the Hornets.
Fair enough. And what's funny is that he could probably fit on a team like Utah.
Imagine he goes back now. Like they buy him out in this final year of the contract.
I mean, it's different front office, so like it won't be the same feeling. But man, that'd be awesome to see.
That'd be great to see.
Because him and marketing could work. Because marketing, luckily enough, this guy is 7 foot. He can play 5 positions. It feels like this guy is nasty.
And he's not even doing bad this year. I think.
Yeah, he's okay.
Well, like for his contract, yes, he might be a little overpaid, but
yeah.
But I think he's still serviceable.
Yeah, for what people like say about him to what he actually does, it's like he can still average like. I think he can still average like 17 a game.
Right now,
I could probably see it, but obviously he doesn't because like.
It's also just because Charlotte's like working on the young guys.
And yeah, like he probably accepted already that this is his role on Charlotte. But who knows if he goes on another team and can go off, like he could easily average back to 19 points.
If he goes to Detroit, they're winning games. They finally get those wings.
Finally, the 5 wings. They might have to cancel the promo if he goes there.
Yo, the homeless people are gonna be fed.
They're gonna be fed. They're not gonna be homeless no more, bro. They're gonna be living in the arena.
I know, right?
They gonna get those little coupons where they give them, bro. So maybe he'd still be that guy.
But yeah, I can see Gordon Hayward being still a number one option, even at this
Yeah,
age.
for sure. He's nasty.
For real. Your turn.
Next guy I got on my list, John Wall.
Mm.
He's the one that he went from top 5 point guard in the league, and once he started getting those knee injuries, or I think it was the Achilles that really killed him.
Achilles
Yeah.
and ACL, I think.
Yeah, the Achilles is what started it off, I think, in Washington.
And then he hurt his knee again at home.
Yeah, the home one was like, damn.
That was tough.
Which is one that was one that killed his career. Like I remember after hearing that, I'm like, damn, that sucks. But he's gonna come back stronger.
Yeah.
Didn't come back strong at all, and he's probably out the league at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Even though he tried to get a run in Houston, which he was okay. In Clippers, he was also okay, I think, but just not good enough to be like you're the guy that you can rely on.
You know what's the funny thing though? Houston John Wall, I thought wasn't even that bad. Like
Yeah, I researched like he wasn't that bad.
and then but it's not that he sat out. Like he wanted to play, but the front office the following year just said no. We just want to work on the young guys, so he couldn't even do anything.
Mm.
And then from there he went to LA, which I think at that point, having not played ball for a year, like at that level, and with the age and the injury history, just couldn't keep up.
I still think he was all right on the Clippers too. But I guess the timeline, like they needed a guy who's going to be good now, or a guy that can contribute like right away.
I just honestly like when I saw him on the Clippers, I thought it would have worked.
I thought it worked too.
But then when I watched the games, like I could kind of see like it wasn't going to flow because they needed a win now guy, and he was easing back into things, right? It's tough. That's I can say.
But Wall was definitely that guy. I mean, back in Washington, he was like
Oh god.
22 and like 11 guy.
He was like 21, 11, and like 7 or something.
Super athletic guard, and I guess that's what really killed him. Like
I think
didn't have
that's the tough part about like being an athletic guard. Like I think you noticed that how I play too, right? Like I just drive all the time.
yeah.
It takes a big toll on your body, especially for like guys that are smaller than your forwards and your bigs. Like having to take all that contact, falling to the ground, having to try and make that extra step around a defender is like it can be really taxing. So that's kind of what happened to Wall.
And once you lose that, it's like, well,
You don't have a whole lot.
you have
in
to
your
like
arsenal
remodel
anymore.
your game almost.
But there's one player that did that really well.
Who was that?
Derrick Rose.
Derrick Rose.
Derrick Rose did that really well. Like he was super athletic. Actually, funny. I didn't even have him mentioned because he was kind of like
Too obvious, right?
too obvious.
Him
but-
and Cousins were two of the guys that.
Yeah,
I
I was
thought-
thinking of Cousins too, but Derrick Rose, like he had to remodel his game after after Cleveland.
Mm.
He, like stopped driving to the basket and actually worked on his three and
We're just three and has an insane floater too. I think he has the best floater in the league. It's him and
Probably
Tyus
does.
Jones
I thought Emmanuel quickly has a decent floater.
and LaMelo. But LaMelo's been missing his floaters this year. Last year his floaters were good. Yeah.
But yeah, Derrick Rose had to
Max
remodel.
has the best floater.
He had to remodel his entire game, and although he's still relatively injury prone, like when he does get the opportunity to play,
Provides.
he from time to time he can still pop off.
Yeah, I remember when he got to Detroit, especially that was when he really started changing his game, and he averaged like 18 and 7 that year.
At one point, yeah,
Like that first half of the year, he was averaging 18 and 7. And I'm like, come on, this guy's
he can still ball.
like he had all these injuries, and he's still a solid player. So maybe if Wall went down that route, it could be different. But no matter what, he was never gonna be the same.
Wall
guy.
was never a 3-point shooter to begin with, and
The mechanics were there though. I think the mechanics were definitely there.
his
but
defense definitely fell off
Yeah.
after the injury.
That's probably what killed him the most.
Yeah.
That was his
Like
only
Houston
mistake.
was bad because there was just no defense on that team,
Period. Yeah.
and you thought Wall would have given them some, when reality just didn't come through.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where would he be right now?
Can't even guess. I cannot even guess where he would be. I feel like he's been bouncing so many teams. Like, I don't know where he would be. Actually, like I can see him on a losing team and a winning team.
I see him in a losing team. Like
You do.
I see him. He's one of those players that he will go to a bad team to be the number one option.
Do you think so?
But then on the final year of his contract, like before he retires,
He's a winner.
he signs a minimum deal
Oh, man.
with the team and gets a ring from there.
I could really see L.A. like the Lakers. Which sucks because I think I've said that about almost all the guys I've been talking about. But when you're at this stage of your career, you want to become like a champion because you never actually won a championship. Like you want to go to a contender.
Yeah.
And Milwaukee got Lillard already. Golden State got Curry. Like the real contenders that you believe to win, like it's either Phoenix. Phoenix actually were looking at Wall and they passed up on Wall.
Were they still not looking at Wall? I feel like they still can. They still should.
Well, right now they probably still can, but who knows if Wall's still interested in that. I think IT is still calling all the teams like, hey, I'm over here. So who knows?
Is IT one of your names too?
Nice.
No. I feel like IT could have.
He could be in that mold, but I think the writing was on the wall before he got injured.
I mean, hip injury really just took things in
like he got to Cleveland, and it's just like, man, this guy, like,
he was slower, couldn't make the shot.
Yeah.
I mean, he's still signing 10 days every so often. So
I feel bad for him. You know, he's been putting in the work too off season and stuff. Like, it's a shame that it's because he's 5'9". So.
No, that's fair.
That's really why he's not on the court. Like, if he was 6'3", he would be on the court.
If he was 6'3" and with this injury history, he probably would still get a chance.
Yeah, still get a chance.
It's the height that kills because you're not solid defensively already, like to begin with.
Yeah, exactly. You won't be defensively.
And if you're not making your shots offensively, it's a whole different story.
Useless.
Yeah.
Which sucks to say, but that's how basketball is, man.
Hey man, he's still a baller. Like in those other leagues.
Even in the Rico Hines runs with like all these NBA players at those runs, he still shows out. So that's good for him.
He can probably still ball like on a 10-day.
I mean, it's like Jamal Crawford dropped 50 in his last game. You know, it's like one of those ones where it's like, you know, he can still perform, but like, I guess the coach doesn't want to bring into a scheme. Like, have to change his own scheme up just to
accommodate like one player.
Like it's hard enough for Atlanta.
That's fair. That's fair.
So yeah.
But yeah, like in this John Wall conversation, we talked about like what Derrick Rose, DeMarcus Cousins, kind of.
Yeah.
Which sucks.
Brought his name up.
Which sucks. DeMarcus Cousins was like probably the best center in the league.
Yeah, for like at least 5 years, he was the best center in the league by a landslide. I felt like.
I think I don't know if you have Boogie, but if he was still in the league, still in New Orleans.
Him and AD. You think so?
AD, yeah. I think if he didn't get injured, AD would still be on New Orleans.
I could see it because they worked so well together.
Beautiful together.
It was scary because while all the other teams were going small ball, they were the first team to really go Twin Towers, and it was insane.
It was crazy because both of them were making shots.
Yeah.
And defense was on point.
Yeah. How do you get past a big man duo of them? It's like Mobley and Jarrett Allen. Like, I guess you could drag one of them to the perimeter. Those two guys were actually decent on the perimeter.
You can play Mobley on the perimeter, but Allen on the perimeter is a little more shaky.
Yeah.
You could drag both AD and Boogie to the perimeter, and it's a fucking
at the same
wall
time
of China,
too.
right?
Exactly, because they're so mobile for their size. Even Boogie too. Like, people forget how shifty Boogie was.
Well, and he can shoot. Like he was the third splash brother.
Yeah, the third splash brother. He was that guy, man. I really missed those days.
Still missed it, but you know,
they're still taking applications. You know.
I know.
Which I mean, I couldn't believe it when he got injured. It literally felt like the basketball gods were like a real thing, and they were just shitting on Boogie
And he's been shat on ever since. Like right now, he's playing in Mexico, which like still league still.
Who knows? Maybe he wants to come back to NBA, but he's ever since that injury, he's never able to even get a secure role on a team.
Man, like that one stint in Milwaukee, I thought he was playing super well that time.
Even 2019 Golden State. When he came in,
he was like 16 and 10. Like, bro, I don't understand.
Yeah, he dunked on someone on the Raptors that finals, and I was like, bro, I don't know what it was. I was like, they still have this guy on their team, and I don't know, it just didn't work out. Maybe I don't know what it is, but when I saw him play, he still looked like that guy.
Right.
Scary, but now he's too old, I think.
Yeah. But he can still ball.
Obviously, he's an NBA player.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Boogie would still be on the Hornets, not the Hornets, the Pelicans. I think.
Yeah, I guess, and he'd probably be averaging close to the same numbers. I would say so.
I think the numbers that he was averaging like at that point was a little like crazy though.
It was like 27 and 10.
27 and 10, yeah. I think maybe like 22 and 9. I can see that.
Yeah, fair enough.
Because look at AD now. Like AD's like blossomed into a much better player.
Yeah, for sure. More responsibility, and obviously the Pelicans would bring in more players to help.
And that front office would have been like much better at this point.
Yeah, even though I feel bad, like the front office, like they really did like as much as they could. Like there's only so much you can do for an injury like that.
I mean, you had like 2 other centers getting paid like over $10 million off the bench. But
who were those guys?
You had
was Ashik still on those teams?
Yeah, Omar Ashik was on that team too.
He was. And
I think they had like Solomon Hill making like $16 million at one point.
Like a 4.
still a big guy.
Still a big guy, but he can slide down the three. I'm trying to think of anything.
I'm just saying,
Yeah.
it wasn't the best front office decision.
Did they still have Drew?
Yeah, they had Drew.
Wow, that is
And
a
they had
team.
Rondo.
Oh my god. Yo, that was the year that they played Portland and they beat them.
Yeah, in a sweep.
Yeah, and it was because Drew Holiday literally carried their defense. I remember.
And Rondo had like, what, 20-something assists, right?
Really?
I think so.
Goodness. Yeah. That year where Boogie went down, they still made the playoffs. Drew Holiday that's when he became like a star player.
Injuries are just suck.
Yeah, for sure.
I got one last name.
Mm.
And he still has a chance to turn it around.
Okay.
Markelle Fultz.
Whew. Damn, you think he's someone that is like already done?
I
think he's getting better right now.
I think a lot of people are reading like that number 1 overall pick from 2017. He's done. Like he'll just be like an average role player for the rest of his life.
Hmm.
And I'm low key in that same boat because like his field goal percentage isn't great.
Yeah.
He gets injured too often.
It is, bro.
And that ACL injury that he had like 2 seasons ago, it's like sapping him. It's like limiting his speed and everything. And that shot form is just still not there.
Yeah.
I think if it weren't for that, what did it wrote he had? He had TOS, thoracic outlet syndrome. It's basically when like your nerves and your blood, like your arteries get compressed, and that causes like numbness, tingling, paresthesia across your arm. So it's a nerve issue. It fucks you up.
Yeah, there's nothing you can really do about that.
Yeah. So if it weren't for that, I think he's still in Philly.
Probably not.
I think he's still in Philly. Because the reason why they traded him for Jonathan Simmons was because they needed someone to come off the bench.
Yeah.
And actually provide.
It would be tough with the payment though. That's the thing. Like, would you be confident paying him when you have Maxey? Because Maxey was already showing glimpses at that point.
Well, Maxey wasn't even drafted at that point. That's the crazy thing. Maxey wasn't even in the league yet. So if Markelle Fultz was Brett Brown's like starting shooting guard decision.
Yeah.
Bro, that's crazy because you have Ben Simmons the defender, Markelle Fultz the shooter, Tobias Harris is on the wings doing all around, and Embiid your MVP. Like, that's a crazy ass team.
That is. Yeah, maybe he would be still in Philly, but
I don't know about 20 points a game, but like I can see 18 points a game.
yeah, like, definitely at least 15 for sure.
Yeah.
Because when coming out of that draft, he was the best player. Like that number 1 pick is not like they miscalculated. Like he was the number 1 prospect in that class.
Like everyone predicted him to go first overall.
In Washington State, he was insane. Like his athleticism, the burst he had was even when he came back from injury. The first
while afterwards, right?
He got a triple double, and like his 3rd game back.
Yeah.
And he was still like dunking the ball, which is like the athleticism was still there, but the nerve issue just killed him. Yeah.
And his shot looked beautiful in college.
Yeah. And I think he salvaged a lot of it at this point. Like it's
well,
actually
the three's not there, but the mid range is.
Yeah, and he shoots 3 occasionally. Like you could see the form coming back, which I'm more optimistic. Like obviously, like, I don't want to just write someone's career off.
Well, that's why I say like he still has a chance to get it back, right? But
Yeah.
I think at this point
it looks more like it won't be than it will be.
Like he's not gonna reach that level of stardom that I once hoped he would.
Okay, that's fair enough. Him being in Philly, I can see it for sure. But for the issues with the contracts, he probably have to go to another team. I don't know what team he'd probably maybe like Utah, a team that doesn't have a solid guard right now, would probably have to take him because he can play the 2 as well. That's the thing that a lot of these guards like they're only able to really play the point guard like they're smaller.
I mean, also at the time when he got drafted, like I can say Cleveland actually.
At the time, yeah.
At the time, because Mitchell was.
They didn't have Garland,
They didn't have a
They just traded Sexton. They just traded him. So yeah, I guess Cleveland could be a good one. I mean, there's a lot of teams that could use it too. Like even Charlotte could use it too. Like I think almost every team needs it too. It really feels like that. There's only like a couple teams that don't need it too.
And
this
is
like
just
Phoenix.
looking at him from like before his injury, so he was an elite everything pretty much.
So he probably can fit in everywhere.
Probably.
So yeah, I mean, that one does suck for sure. I mean, that's another Philly guy on your
Yeah,
list,
I know.
so.
Philly's just been
Cursed.
Yeah, they've been hit
Very
by
cursed.
injuries time after time after time.
And bad decisions time after time after time.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it sucks for them.
Yeah. Anyone else?
I mean, I had one name that really is not really a name. I just wanted to put in there because when he did play back then, I thought that he could maybe blossom into a solid role player, and that's Jeremy Lamb.
Jeremy Lamb.
Yeah, very very random name to put here, but him when he used to play on Charlotte, he looked like he can be a solid 3-and-D guy that could. And also, I almost wrote Reggie Bullock for another name as like
I mean, he's still doing his thing.
he's doing all right, but what they could have been was like 14 points per game, like a Danny Green kind of player. That's what I could see in Jeremy Lamb. And I mean, the knee injury killed him, and he's just been missing time after time. And at this point, he's already done. Like, his career is pretty much finished.
Yep.
At 29 years old. That's when to point him out. I mean, these are some role players that I remember watching and thinking like, this guy is really solid. Like, he could contribute to
in
the
the
playoff
future.
team.
He's going to pop off.
He's going to be like at least 14 points per game. And Batum was another guy, but
Batum messed up there. I think Wesley Matthews too.
Matthew, and I'm not sure about Allen Crabbe. I think he might have just flamed out. But
I
Wesley
think-
Matthews for sure.
I think Allen Crabbe was not good.
He wasn't good? Fair enough, fair enough.
There's another player. I don't remember his name. He was actually crazy at one point.
Who, Gerald Green?
No. He was on I think Brooklyn at one point.
Sean Kilpatrick? Tyler Johnson?
Sacramento. It'll come to me.
Okay.
If it doesn't, if I remember by next pod, I'll bring it up.
Sean Kilpatrick, the best garbage time. He is the Michael Jordan of garbage time. Oh my god, I just thought about this right now. I was like 2017 Nets. This guy will come in the garbage time and just cook. That's all I want to say.
What
if you know, you know.
If he played the entire game, when he just cooked the entire game?
I guess he can make garbage time the first quarter. Yeah, he was that good, bro.
Just pretend garbage time is the first quarter.
It really could be. But if you know, you know. Sean Kilpatrick. Oh my goodness.
I remember that name. Just don't remember the guy.
Don't remember the guy. Fair enough. That guy was.
Any more low key guys, or like any more other guys? Because that's my list for today. But
don't know, injuries that derailed a career. Like Ryan Anderson.
I kind of think Ryan Anderson just stopped shooting well.
Really? That's what it was. Okay.
I think that's what happened.
I thought it was like a leg injury for him.
It might have been. Well, we said DeMarcus Cousins, Isaiah Thomas is ish.
Yeah.
Because his size. Not him.
Names just don't come to my head.
Yeah.
I really feel like it.
Because like the big ones are like Derrick Rose.
Yeah.
DeMarcus Cousins. Blake Griffin.
I was gonna say Tyreek Evans. I think
bro, this guy
he had the drug issues.
He took a steroid and the league said fuck you. Like, that's
Yeah, but he came back, and he was still really good. I think he had a little. I forgot what injury it was. He missed some time, and he came back and was still good. But I really don't know why he's not in the league. I really don't know. His last year, he averaged like 17 and 6, 40% from three. Yeah, he was actually really good. So I think that guy should still be in the league. I don't care about drugs. Everyone uses drugs in the league. You don't think LeBron uses? No, let me not go there. He's gonna pull the black vans on me, the black SUVs.
He'll knock on your door at night.
Yeah, like
he'll knock on the door like, hey, who is it? It's the water company, like to fix your pipes.
oh no.
And you're like, open it up. You're like, no. And they put the
Yeah,
bag over you.
like, too late, motherfucker. They bring me over to the ESPN headquarters.
Dun, 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 dun.
Bro, I'm about to become like a prisoner, bro, in LeBron's house. Please, I was just joking, LeBron. You don't use drugs. But a lot of guys use drugs. Like, it's not that big of a deal. I don't know why he's so shunned by the league. Who was the guy that... Darren Collison.
Yeah.
What the hell? This guy... Didn't he retire or become...
He retired, and then
the
Lakers was just like, yo, you want to hop on? And he was like, nah, bro.
Yeah. Oh, my God. But he wasn't injured, though, so...
I'm just thinking of, like, ex-Pacers players right now.
George Hill? No.
Lance Stevenson, no. Roy Hibbert?
Those guys are
No,
mid.
he just
No,
fell
he was
off.
just mid.
Hibbert just fell off.
That guy was just mid. Even though he has a good YouTube channel. Can't think. Those Pacer teams.
I just respect, like, players like Paul George. They got that injury, and they're still an MVP candidate type of
So you
player.
don't respect the guys that don't.
No, that's not
okay,
what I meant.
Ryan.
That's not what I
Okay,
meant.
Ryan. If your bones are weak, then fuck you, bro.
No, but, like, for real, though. Like, Paul George,
Yeah.
amazing
Klay
comeback.
Thompson as well.
Well, I think Clay's kind of selling into that role player type of role now.
I think the fight that it took to come back was more what I like.
Which you respect?
Yeah, like he fought to come back like 2 times, and he's still at this point one of the best shooters in the league. I would still say so.
Mm-hmm. Well, he'll go down in history as one of the best shooters ever.
Top 3 of all time,
Yeah.
probably. Who knows? Maybe not, because some of these guys coming up like are pretty nasty. Trae Young and Buddy Hield are.
Yeah.
But they won't be like Clay and Curry.
They won't be the defender that Clay once was.
Yeah,
And
they won't be the player, but the shooter aspect.
Maybe, yeah.
Hield might be like, but it's also then he might lead fucking history in threes. Who knows?
You think so?
No,
Not Curry?
Curry's still there.
Oh,
Curry
yeah.
was shooting like 450 threes a season.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Like this previous season was like 200 something threes, and this guy just like doubled it.
Yeah. Oh my god.
This guy was like 260.5 over and under. This guy was like over and over like times 2.
It's like over and back, and then over again. That's
and
what
then
he said.
some.
And then some, dude. So yeah, Curry is.
Yeah, but just know like all the players we mentioned today, and an alternate universe, they're balling.
They would be still balling, especially Ben Simmons, because he's the goat.
I think Derrick Rose.
Okay.
I like my D Rose. I like. That's my guy.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Final thoughts?
Don't get injured.
Yeah, but if you do, I'm here for you.
If you make it back, then he's here for you. If you don't make it back, he doesn't respect you.
No. I'll always be here for you.
Said.
I'll always be here for you.
Right. But yeah, anyways, that's another episode of Quarter Kings. Hope you guys enjoyed, and we will see you in another 2 weeks. Peace.